So hi everyone, today we are going to discuss architecture of 8085 microprocessor. So this is the architecture of 8085 microprocessor. We'll see so what is the 8085 microprocessor and construction details and what are the components is there, the details and the working or operation of 8085 microprocessor. We'll see. See, microprocessor is a 8-bit processor. See, 8-bit processor means it accepts and it process 8-bit information. So I'll show you. See here, 8-bit processor is an early computer hardware device, software program that's capable of transferring 8 bits of data at a time. So 8-bit means 8-bit data it can accepts and it can process. So this is a 8-bit processor and it operates on single 5-volt power supply and it supports 74 instructions with the following addressing modes: intermediate addressing, register addressing, direct addressing, indirect addressing, implicit addressing. About this addressing mode you are going to study in the coming semesters, or otherwise if you want you can search it, you can get the data related with this addressing modes. But anyhow, now about this addressing mode, this much is enough. It has 16 addressing lines. See, address lines means suppose any data is stored or any program is some programs are by default which is already stored in the system. That program actually stored in some address, right? That particular address length will be totally length is 16, so that it has a 16 addressing lines and totally how much memory, which means how many instructions it can store means 2 power 16, which means 64 kilobytes of memory it has. It can operate with 3 MHz clock frequency. So we'll see about this microprocessor one by one. Architecture of microprocessor. It is a 8-bit and 40-pin microprocessor. It has 8-bit data bus. Already I told you it accepts the data with the length of 8-bit, and 16-bit address bus. This also we already discussed. The addressing lines, suppose any program or instructions which is stored in the memory with the length of 16 bits, which means binary values. 8085 has a multiplexed bus. Multiplexed bus means least significant bits are multiplexed, most significant bits are individual addressing lines. We'll see that one. 8 bits of data, that is we'll see like this. Wait, 8 bits of data, that is the fourth point. See the fourth point, 8 bits of data, that is D0 to D7, and the least significant 8 bits of memory are transmitted over shared lines, that is A D0 to A D7. See in that addressing totally how many bits are there? 16 bits, right? So in that 16 bits, least significant 8 bits are multiplexed lines, which means combination of address as well as data. So that is what given here, that is called as shared lines. That is called as shared lines, and it is denoted as A D0 to A7. Most significant 8 bits of memory address are transmitted over separate lines, as I told you, that is from A8 to A15. In fact, it is A15 to A8 actually, because from rightmost it starts with A0 and leftmost we end with A15, and from 8 to 15 it is LSB, MSB, MSB 8 bits, and from 0 to 7 it is a LSB 8 bits, whereas LSB 8 bits are shared lines and MSB 8 bits are separate lines. It can address 64 kilobyte of memory. This we already discussed. So we'll see registers. What is meant by register? Register is a group of flip-flops used to store some binary information. This we already discussed. First one is accumulator. Accumulator actually it's a kind of register, but it is used to store the information while arithmetic operation is going on. Once the output result is generated, that result is finally stored in the general purpose registers. Right? Please understand the difference between the accumulator and the general purpose register. See, it is a 8-bit accumulator. It is a 8-bit register, and it is used in various arithmetic and logical operations. The result of the arithmetic logical operations are stored in accumulator. Next one is general purpose register. B, C, D, E, H, L, W and H. These are 8-bit registers. They can used as a separate 8-bit registers or a 16-bit pair registers. If we take separately, then it is 8-bit registers. If you take combinedly, then it will become 16-bit pair registers. And HL registers also function as a data pointer or memory pointer. About this data pointer we'll discuss later. Flag register. This is a 8-bit register used to indicate some of the conditions which arise during a arithmetic and logical operations. See, arithmetic logical operation means, suppose if you take a binary addition or binary subtraction, see, some of the indications we actually required. For example, if you add a number, binary numbers, finally we will get some result, right? But that final value, it is in the binary form. But with that, how the system can understand whether the final number, output number, is the negative number or positive number, whether it is a 0 or 1. Whether it is a expected output or not, that and all, how the system can understand means with the help of this flag registers indications. So we'll see some of the how many indications are there in the flag register. First one is sign flag, next one is zero flag, next one is undefined, next one is auxiliary carry flag, parity flag and carry flag. So indications also please remember. Sign flag means yes, zero flag Z, undefined means X, auxiliary carry means AC, parity means P. So we'll see about this one by one. First one is carry flag. The carry flag is set if there is a carry out of bit 7. See here, 0, it starts from 0 to 7. You just see from 0 to 7 we mentioned. So which means totally how many bits of information is this? 8 bit of information. So most significant bit is at the position number 7. Suppose if we are getting a carry out of this bit 7, then this particular flag become set. That is what given here. Carry flag is set if there is a carry out of bit 7. It also serves as borrow flag for subtraction. Suppose if subtraction operation takes place means, if borrow comes, then it will become set at it, and it indicates that we are getting a borrow from the subtraction. And parity flag, after an arithmetic or logical operation, if the result has even number of ones, parity flag is set, otherwise reset. See what here they are coming to say is, parity flag is actually here used to indicates how many number of ones in the final output binary information, how many number of ones are there. For example, if suppose number of ones are in even, suppose 4 ones are there, 4 is a even number, or 2 ones are there, 2 is a even number. So with this reference we can identify whether I am getting a expected output or not. So this parity flag is particularly used to find whether we are getting a expected output or not. See here what we are saying, the parity flag is set if the result has even number of ones. Suppose odd number of ones, if the result is having, then parity flag is reset. So through this we can identify whether we are getting a expected output or not. Next one is auxiliary flag. This flag is actually, this is also a carry flag only, but this is for 4-bit. See here in this figure we can understand auxiliary we are taking in the 4th bit position. If any carry we are getting from the first least 4 bits, you just see 0, 1, 2, 3. From this least 4-bit information, if any carry will be generated, that carry will get the position at this AC, right? Carry will be placed in this AC, right? Then this AC auxiliary flag is set if suppose any carry is generated in this position. Otherwise it is reset. Next one is 0 flag. This flag is set if the result of the arithmetic operation is 0. Otherwise it is reset. Sign flag. Suppose most significant bit is 1 means sign flag is set and it indicates that is a negative number. Suppose if the most significant bit is 0, then it is reset and it indicates that the result is a positive number. Next one is program counter. Program counter, it points the next instruction that is executed. For example, suppose any like addition operation, if suppose we are using a calculator in your computer system. See, calculator is actually performing addition, multiplication, division operations. How the calculator is performing? Because of the pre-default instructions are stored in the system, right? Step by step that instructions are executed, right? See, for example, first instruction is executed means it automatically goes to the next line instruction, right? That actually that next instruction like that sequentially it execute with the help of this program counter. Next one is stack pointer. Stack pointer is a section of memory. It is used to store the address or data when interrupt is executed. For example, suppose if we are performing some arithmetic operation, if we are using some particular applications, suddenly if any interrupts comes, the system gives a priority to the to suppose for that particular interrupt, background whatever the data you are entered, whatever the operation you are performing, that will be stored automatically in the background, right? That can be done by this stack pointer. It is a 16-bit register used to hold the address of the most recent stack entry. Next, instruction register. The operational code, opcode means operational code. The operational code of the instruction is stored in the instruction register. See, instruction register means so many applications we are using in our computer systems. Each and every application has its own operational codes. That operational codes are actually stored in this instruction register. CPU fetch the operational codes of the instruction from the instruction register and sends to the instruction decoder, which decodes it. Yes, obviously for each and every applications it has its own operational codes that will be stored in the that is actually stored in the instruction register. Whenever if you open the particular application, the CPU fetch the operational codes from the instruction register and it decodes, right? For example, if you stored some document like Word document in your system, that Word document actually stored in the in a machine language. Whenever if you open it, it has to decodes, then only we can understand that program, whatever we entered, like, right? Next one is ALU. ALU performs arithmetic and logical operations on 8-bit of data. We are talking about 8-bit data only because it is a 8-bit processor. Next one is increment decrement latch. Increment decrement latch is used with the stack pointer to execute a instruction, right? Or a program counter or stack pointer in order to execute a instruction. For example, once one particular instruction is executed means next it increment and it goes to the next line instruction. And timing and control circuitry, of course timing control is required. For example, suppose any particular interrupt comes, if you are not respond to that interrupt, it will wait for some time, right? After that it automatically goes, that and all based on this timing and control circuitry. All the operations, that is what given here, see this, all the operations are synchronized with the help of clock signal generated in the timing and control circuitry. Next one is serial input and output control. It provides two lines, that is serial SOD means serial output data, SID means serial input data. Serial output data is used to send data seriously. Seriously means one after another. Next, serial input means it is also used to receive the data serially. Serially means one after another. Next one is interrupt control. Microprocessor executing a main program will service an input output device only if the device requests for its service by means of signal called interrupt. See, interrupt means for example some task is going on in the background, or if you are performing some particular task, suddenly any message comes, for example virus indications or something, if message comes, that's a kind of interrupt, which means it interrupts while some program is under process. So there are some signals we have, interrupt signals, 5 signals here given: RST 5.5, RST 6.5, RST 7.5, trap, interrupt and interrupt acknowledge. See, I'll show you. See here, interrupts in 8085. So far whatever the 5 interrupt signals that is given here, whatever we have seen there, that is given here also. See here, RST 5.5, RST 6.5, RST 7.5, trap. See, there are vector interrupts. In this vector interrupt address is known to the processor. Processor knows the interrupt address. See, some of the interrupts which doesn't have any address, such kind of interrupts are called as non-vector. Example here it is given INTR, that is interrupt INTR. This indicate that it is a non-vector, which means it doesn't have any address. Suppose if the interrupt has the address, then that interrupts are vector interrupts. Some external messages if suddenly comes, that address we don't know, that comes under non-vector. Suppose internally in the system itself, if any interrupt comes, then that interrupt has its address and the processor knows it, Then such kind of interrupts are called as vector interrupts. Vector interrupts examples RST 5.5, 6.5 and 7.5 and TRAP. Non-vector means INTR. So this is what we seen here also. See here, this is what in the interrupt control there are 5 signals which we have seen, which we have. Next one is address buffer. See, this we already discussed. Address buffer means it is unidirectional. It is used to drive the higher order addresses. I already told you most significant 8 bits, 8 lines, right? That is in the address buffer. And address data buffer, this is the shared lines, which means combination of address and the data. So 8-bit bidirectional this is and it is used to drive the multiplexed data as well as address, that is LSB, 8 LSB bits. It starts with A0 to A7 and D0 to D7. Next, instruction decoder and machine cycle encoder. Instruction decoder means, as I told you already, instruction once it fetch that has to be decoded by using this instruction decoder, then only user can understand that particular information and gives the information to the timing and control circuit. See here, instruction decoder decodes the operational code and gives the information to the timing and control circuit. 8085 has 7 different machine cycles. This we don't want now. This machine cycles and addressing modes I told you in the beginning. That too we don't want now. So we'll see the working. So far we discussed about what are there in the architecture. Now we are going to working of 8085. So this is the diagram. Based on this we will see what is the working of 8085 processor. Processor is a sequential digital circuit. Sequential means if suppose that circuit has a memory, if the device has a memory, then it is a sequential logic circuit. If it doesn't have any memory, then it is a combination logic circuit. This we already discussed in the 4th module. See, this is a sequential digital circuit that performs different tasks during the execution of the instruction sequence. It has a fixed set of instructions which are coded in binary. This we know. Instructions are fetched from memory, decoded and executed to perform a particular task. Already I told you, for example, if you want to do any, by using calculator, if you want to do any addition or multiplication operation, once if you give the data like 5 plus 2, then addition instructions is already stored in the memory. Based on that instruction, you will get an answer 7 for 5 plus 2, right? Which means first what the system has to do, the processor has to do, first it has to fetch the instruction from the memory and decode it and execute the whatever the task we are giving to the system, right? Next, a program is written using these instructions and it is stored in the memory. This we already know. Instruction pointer points to the next instruction that is executed. Already this we discussed. Instruction pointer means it is used to, once suppose the first line of instruction is executed, means it automatically goes to the next instruction by using this instruction pointer, with the help of this instruction pointer. It fetches the instruction from the memory by sending the address of the instruction. See, fetching is actually fetching the instruction from the memory actually done by sending the address of the instruction. If you want to fetch, so many programs so many instructions programs are stored in the memory. If you want some example A instruction, for example instruction A we want, means we need to send the address of A. Then with the help of by using this address, we can fetch the instruction from the memory, right? So that is what given here. It fetch the instruction from the memory by sending the address of the instruction on the address bus. The instruction and data is sent on the data bus, we know, because data bus is multiplexed lines. And instructions are decoded in the decoding unit. Timing and control generates the necessary timing and control signals for the operation. And ALU is a computational unit that performs arithmetic and logical operations on the binary data. And various conditions of the result are stored in the flag registers, as we already discussed. Carry flag, zero flag, auxiliary carry flag, parity flag, like that. Thus the decoded instruction are executed. So this sequence of fetch, decode and execution is continued until the task is completed. So that's all about the 8085 microprocessor.